My dear viewers, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Culture Magazine, during which we're going to bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt.
The Luxor Governorate observes the activities of the celebration of the phenomenon of the sun perpendicular on the shrine of the Holy of Holies in Karnak Temple. The annual ceremony was launched with festive performances by the Luxor Folklore Band, sponsored by the General Authority for Cultural Palaces, for the entertainment of the attendees, whether they are foreign or Egyptian guests. Tourist groups from around the world and families, young men and women, flock to the Karnak Temple area in the center of Luxor to attend the activities that monitor the phenomenon of the sun's perpendicularity, which takes place for the 13th year in a row. The festive program begins with the introduction of sound and light shows on the history of perpendicularity to the shrine on the Holy of Holies in the facade of the main edifice of the Karnak temples. As for this annual phenomenon, the director of the temple says that the Luxor celebrates annually at dawn on December 21st, one of the most important astronomical events in Egypt and the whole world, during which the sun disk was perpendicular to the shrine of the Holy of Holies in the temple of Amun-Ra in Karnak, officially announcing the winter transition season. The temple is one of the largest temples in Karnak, built by ancient Egyptian engineers, with a wonderful scene and special magic on a solar axis which corresponds to the winter transition, which is considered an astronomical, archaeological, historical innovation in the land of Luxor Amun-Ra. The director of the Karnak Temple also added that this phenomenon that occurs on the first day of the winter season in the temples of Karnak, during which visitors enjoy seeing the sun and its rays that spread throughout the Luxor Temple, and see the sun in the midst of the eastern gate, which is located on its main axis, which represents the far southeast. As for the horizon from which the sun rises, it is astronomically determined on the first day of winter, and after that the sun will be perpendicular to the sacred palace in Karnak, the open courtyard, the halls of the columns, and the Holy of Holies of the god Amun, and it will spread inside it at midday. The Cairo Opera House began its Christmas celebrations with 3 performances by the Cairo Opera Ensemble under the supervision of its artistic director, Dr. Iman Mustafa, with the participation of the Cairo Symphony Orchestra, led by Maestro Muhammad Saad Pasha, and choir a cappello, conducted by Maya Jivenria and accompanied by the rest of the distinguished performers. The program includes a group of international works especially for this occasion, including Waltz of Flowers from the Nutcracker Ballet, All I Want for Christmas Is You, White Christmas, It Is the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Quiet Night, Amazing Grace, Christmas Melody, the 12 Days of Christmas, The Gift of Love, along with the various other Christmas carols performed by Iman Mustafa together with the rest of the distinguished ensemble members.
With those holiday greetings and good happy meetings with friends comes a call. It's the happy season.
Director Sabir said that the opera is ornamented beautifully with a number of decorations and festive appearances at this time of the year to receive the audience, noting that the performances include a variety of serious international arts. The Cairo Symphony Orchestra, led by Maestro Ahmad Saidi, presents a concert in addition to a celebration led by Maestro Giovanni Pompeo on the Grand Theatre stage. The Cairo Opera House continues its Christmas and New Year celebrations as the Cairo Opera Ballet Company, under the supervision of its artistic director, Armenia Kamel, presents the masterpiece of the Russian author Tchaikovsky, the international ballet The Nutcracker, directed by the late Dr. Abdelmenem Kamel, accompanied by the Cairo Opera Orchestra, led by Maestro Nader Abbasi, in 5 performances on the Grand Theatre stage. The Nutcracker Ballet is associated with Christmas and the New Year because of its charming atmosphere and interesting events, as well as portraying the ability of love to transform people's destinies and influence events. It relies on the use of various artistic dazzling elements in addition to some visual tricks, as the story revolves around the dreams of the beautiful little girl Clara on Christmas Eve after receiving a nutcracker doll from her family friend, the godfather and toy maker Drosselmayer, as a Christmas gift, and admiring the toy that was accidentally destroyed by her brother Fritz. She becomes sad and goes to sleep to see that the toy has returned to its original state, then turns into a handsome prince. It is noteworthy that the Nutcracker ballet music was composed by Tchaikovsky in 1891, inspired by one of the stories of the French writer Alexandre Dumas, the father, who in turn borrowed it from the novel The Nutcracker and The Mice King by Ernest Hoffmann. It was shown for the first time in 1892 at the Imperial Opera House in St. Petersburg. Then it was presented for the first time in Cairo on the Grand Theatre stage in 1993. And since that time, it is shown annually in December to celebrate the new year with the same designs of its artistic elements, including decorations, clothes, fashion, and music, in order to preserve its classical character.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt, so stay tuned.
Under the title Happy Winter Classics, the international harpist Manal Muhyiddin presented a concert on the small theater at the Cairo Opera House with the participation of other musicians and accompanied by two beautiful vocals.
Let's say working for over 30 years, or maybe more. So I think it's about time that I have a full house after such a long career, long hard work, long changing of style and play different style of music. I think it's about time that I feel that people are coming to listen to my beautiful instrument and to listen to me and to my colleague, the musician, great musician that I always have with me. So you will be happy if you see that people are happy. The people are going home with some positive spirit and vibes, with the end of the year with this kind of Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for all, but for all. That's a nice feeling. I don't want to prepare all Christmas concert, so I thought I will make it mix. So I thought about the Baroque and the classic, classical Arabic like Farid Al-Atrash. It's classic. And then we mix it with carols and songs about Christmas. And at the end we said thanks for the music and Merry Christmas.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
It is noteworthy that Manal Muhyiddin grew up in an artistic family and began playing the harp at the age of 10. Then she joined the Conservatory Institute and obtained a bachelor's degree with honors. She's considered the first female harp player in the Cairo Symphony Orchestra since 1991, where she gave many successful concerts and represented Egypt in many international forums.
It's history. I did the opening, 1988. So it's nothing to say. It's history. I did my career here in this house, Opera House, and I learned a lot in the orchestra, either Cairo Symphony Orchestra or Cairo Opera Orchestra. I did my career here. It's the history. It's who I am.
Well, the first song that I sang was actually one of my favorite songs, and I actually picked it myself. The duet with Layla. was actually picked by her, and the third song was picked by Manel. It was actually in my playlist, and I thought it was a bit Christmassy, so I wanted to add it to the event. 9 years ago, I found out that I loved to sing, and then 2 years later, I started taking classes when I was 9.
It was an honor to be able to perform with one of my family members, and I hold her really, really close to my heart. When I was young, I wanted to become a harpist to be like her, but then it was way too much hard work that I did not understand when I was a child, and I leaned more into singing. And then we created like a good team out of that, so it was an honor to be able to perform with her tonight. So Hallelujah is just a song I really, really like have close to my heart, and it was like a mutual decision to do it. It's big and it's like a hug, if I can say that. It's a big song that I really enjoy. Thank You for the Music is more of a family song, so I have memories of myself and my mother and my aunt, like all of us singing this song. It's very warm, it fits with Christmas, it fits in general, it fits with the family vibe that we just created. And then the medley, my aunt was inspired by the Pirates of the Caribbean to mix that with Hark of the Bells, and then finishing off with We Wish You a Merry Christmas for the festivities. So it was just a mix of different inspirations and things that we thought could fit well together to create, to make people happy, I guess.
The program included a collection of Western classical works and famous Oriental compositions, including works for Vivaldi, Rossini, Piazzolla, Sia and G. Kirsten, Farid al-Atrash, and many others. How can we not fly in the sky for melodies emanating from the fragrance of history, which reflects her passionate performance that takes us to a dreamy world, accompanied by the unique voice of harp, in which she was able to leave a great impact locally and internationally. Shuruq Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
the Egyptian state is always keen on honoring its stars, its icons, and its writers.
The Cairo Opera House commemorated the two late legendary icons of music and singing in Egypt and the Arab world, the musician Farid Al-Atrash and the singer Faiza Ahmed, during a concert for Abd al-Halim Nuera Troupe for Arabic Music, which was led by Maestro Salah Ghubeshi. The program included a distinguished collection of their works, including Tuta, الحياة حلوة, ليالي الأنس, ما تحرمش العمر, يا أبو ضحكة جنان for Farid Al-Atrash, أسمر يا اسمراني, غلطة واحدة, علشان بحبك, خليكوا شاهدين for Faiza Ahmed, along with a number of works for great composers such as قولولو الحقيقة for كمال الطويل, فاكرة محمد الموجي, عرباوي, مطلوب من كل مصري for حلمي بكر, على الحلوة والمرة, and بياني ولا شاريني for محمود الشريف. Farid Al-Atrash is considered one of the greatest singers and composers in the world and was called the King of Oud. He belongs to Al-Atrash family, one of the ancient families in Jabal al-Duruz in southern Syria, which had an important role in confronting the French colonization of Syria. He began his artistic career after he moved to Egypt with his mother, Princess Alia bint al-Munzir, and his brother Fuad and sister Asmahan. He starred in 31 cinematic films and sang the words of the giants of poets. He also composed for a number of Arab male and female artists.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program Culture Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with me. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.